Where are the black people when we need them with your help? With the whole Latino thing going on with the dog document, and that triggered all of the black community. So now there's a bunch of videos saying a bunch of crap against Mexicans. They go, here we go again. The black community is mad because we're asking for their help.
I don't think black people have a right to tell white people or Hispanics what they can and cannot say. And that means if a black person wants to use the N-word, that means a white person also can use the N-word, because all lives matter, not just Black Lives Matter.
Sure you did. And look at where all you are at now. Literally. All the Latinos I voted from, this deserves to happen to you guys. You guys are a disgrace to you guys' own community and culture. So for you guys to go ahead and be up here saying that you guys were light-skinned enough, well, apparently you weren't white-skinned enough.
Hey, fellow Latinos, I'm not saying it's okay or right that black people are like, no, let them fend for themselves. I mean, honestly, it is okay, but I'm not saying like, yes.
I love how all the Latinos for Trump, like at least the people who I know and follow on Instagram and know personally, are now radio silent. Radio silent. That now post, you're seeing my post that they're in our city. You're seeing my post about, or other people's posts that they're down the street from where you live. This is what you voted for.
Latinos for Trump is probably one of the most embarrassing things that you could be. And I know if they find this video, they're going to be in the comment section. Capital letters Trump, American flag emoji, eagle emoji, like it never fails. But they don't like you.
I don't want to hear your cries. I don't want to hear your complaining. I don't want to hear your coulda, shoulda, wouldas, because I don't feel no ways tired. I don't want to hear this is not what I voted for. This is exactly what you voted for. That man let you know time and time again that he don't fool up with black and brown people. And it's sad because you yearning so bad to have proximity to whiteness made you turn a blind eye to the disrespect, made you feel like you were bigger than the program, made you feel like all the insults that he spewed against your people didn't apply to you. So now y'all want to act shocked and appalled because he done called the National Guard, everybody and they mama, to scrape you and your family members off the floor of LA. No better for you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode. I really do appreciate your love and support on this channel. So I just happened to see this video of, these people. I think they were kind of having a live stream, and there was this guy from the Latino community, and he was actually like now telling people as to why he would not even bother to go and ask black people to help them. And I do really appreciate like what he had to say. Like he really gets it. Like, why would black Americans come and protest or try to help us with everything that we're going through when 60% of our community actually voted for what's happening? Most Latinos don't want to understand, but at least there is a few of them that are actually coming out and telling them, you all voted for this, and it's the reason as to why our community is facing what we are facing. I haven't seen so many of them come out, but finally most of them are finally opening their eyes. Most of them are finally seeing what they were told. We just want your votes, we don't care about you. Yeah, those are the words of the president that you voted for. Like, he openly told you so. So I want us to watch these videos together. Every clip and every stitch that you'll be seeing on our today's episode, credits belongs to the original creators of these videos that you're seeing on the screens. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, my good name is Gracey. Kindly consider subscribing to this channel. So let's just dive right ahead. And if you're Latino or from the Hispanic community watching this, I would really love to hear what your thoughts are in the comment section, especially if you're living in the United States of America. So let's just dive right ahead and we'll come back with more commentary.
Where are the black people when we need them with your help? With the whole Latino thing going on with the dog document, and that triggered all of the black community. So now there's a bunch of videos saying a bunch of crap against Mexicans. They go, here we go again. The black community is mad because we're asking for their help. Instead of responding in a good way, they're really bashing us, bashing Mexicans. And saying,
I do have something to say first. This is my humble opinion. I think where we go wrong is that we ask for their help. Personally. And let me elaborate. I don't think that we as brown people should be asking another race of people to help us. I think if another race of people want to help voluntarily, then that's that. I'm going to give you a great example. I've had a black woman, Latina, but black, right? Who is more involved in the Latino community than the black community. as a black woman, but from Latin America. So much so that before Donald Trump was elected, she reached out to me and said, Ricardo, you have a lot of black people that listen to you. Can you please talk to them to help us Latinos? She's black. She's telling a Mexican guy, can you please talk to your overwhelming black audience to help us Latinos? I'm like, you're black. But you see, this is how these kind of terminologies have kind of ruined us a little bit. That in the case of like black Latinos, if you will, they're so busy, and I mean this with all due respect to the black Latinos, they're so busy trying to be Latinos that they forget about black people. And they're black. From my observation, to the point where a black woman is asking me, and she's got a large following, but she has been using her following to be involved in the Latino community. And she has to ask me, and this is what I told her though. Here's what I said. I said, I will not do that. I will not ask black people to help us at all, actually. And what was disrespectful the most was when I saw that over 60% of Latinos voted for Trump.
Yeah, I didn't even know that until last week. I said, what?
Check this out. So you mean to tell me our own community voted mostly for Trump, and we want another race of people to help us? That's why black people are offended. Yeah. It's like I've heard it all the time. Black people themselves tell me, we voted for Kamala. You want our help? You need to convince your people to help you first. So now imagine black people from the outside looking in, 60-something% of Latinos voted for Trump, and here comes the Latinos asking for our help. That's disrespectful, man. Of course. Go ahead, Gina.
And that's what I wanted to touch on, because as I stated before, like in the Afro Latino conversation that we had, I find my community not with Latinos. I am part of the 92% that voted for Kamala. Okay. The reason why we say enough, help yourself, is because the elections really did show us that we were alone.
Yep.
It's the sentiment that we really fight for everybody and nobody fights for us. We're not using our bodies as human shields for people anymore. We saw things for what they really were in the elections. And it was such a perfect storm for Latinos to see themselves as they really are. Yeah. Because not only would they not vote for Kamala because she is black, they wouldn't vote for her because she's woman.
Yeah.
Machismo.
Esas dos cosas.
I'm telling you. Because we uphold white supremacy.
We do.
We do.
So I saw that conversation on Facebook, and I wanted to bring it here because they made some interesting points in their live. But yeah, Trump's return to power was fueled by the Latinx community. Definitely. From Cubans to Venezuelans to Puerto Ricans, all of y'all. Trump's support from that community jumped up 14 percentage points. 14 since 2020. It was the highest. Trump's share was the highest for a Republican presidential candidate in exit polls going back to 1970s. The 1970s. See, black folks understood the assignment. We understand the colonizer better than anyone. And we went out there November 5th and we voted for Kamala Harris. And then you guys did not. And now that you are facing the consequences for your community not voting the correct way, you want us to put our bodies on the line for y'all when y'all couldn't even take a pen and put your pen on a piece of paper for us. You want us to fix what you fucked up. You fucked it up. You dropped the ball. So you take your ass out there and you go fucking work. Then y'all come out here with we were out here, fighting for George Floyd. Social justice is not transactional, but there are some conditions. You gotta give a fuck about us just like we give a fuck about you. We did what we needed to do. We voted. Y'all didn't vote for us. You guys left us in the wind. What we're not gonna do is sacrifice our bodies. Now we can do other things. Boycotting. Shit like that. But we're not going out in the streets and getting arrested and sent off to El Salvador. Are y'all gonna come get us? That's why we are pissed. You guys expect us to work for y'all when y'all didn't even give a shit about us during the elections. The easiest thing you could have did was stood by us November 5th. And y'all chose not to. Black folks can't go out there. We already know what's going to happen if we do. But at the same time, it's time to clean up your own mess. It's time for y'all to talk to y'all community and find out why the fuck they screwed the entire country. That's what you guys need to do. That's your job, not ours. We already did what we were supposed to do November 5th.
I was just on a conference call with some Latin groups, and one of them was Latins and Hispanic for Trump. They had the audacity for me to ask me would I make some videos to try to get the black people to come to the Latino side on a protest against Donald Trump and what he's doing to the Latin people in Los Angeles. And now Donald Trump is asking for the governor of California to be arrested. And I'm on the phone, I'm listening to these people. And so one of my friends, what's up, Swole? are you going to help us? I told him no. I said, you the same person last year mocked me because I was back in Harris. You the same person. You are the same people that voted for this man. Millions of Latin and Hispanics voted for Donald Trump. The black community is not helping y'all. I'm not helping y'all. I'm not protesting. I'm not doing no videos or anything like that. For the Latin community and for the Hispanic community that was backing Donald Trump, this is y'all problem. It's not our problem. And no, I'm not making any videos for any Hispanic or Latin protests against Donald Trump. Y'all voted for him. He's y'all problem. Y'all go ahead and protest and do whatever y'all got to do. But I'm sorry, black people are not getting. We're not getting involved with this. You voted for the wrong person. Now live with it.
Hey, fellow Latinos, I'm not saying it's okay or right that black people are like, no, let them fend for themselves. I mean, honestly, it is okay, but I'm not saying like, yes, let's do that, because unity is what helps us. But also, like, I know it's not supposed to be transactional. I just need you guys to start thinking, because you guys are like, you know, all gung-ho, active out there, unified together in the streets now. But where were you when the George Floyd protests were? I personally was out there with my friends who were Asian, Pacific Islander, Mexican, and Puerto Rican. And then I'm Mexican myself, and a white husband. We were out there, okay? And I've gotten comments from people in my community, people in my family, who have been like, well, you think you're black. What about me? What about my content? What about the way I speak, the way I act? What about you makes you think that I think I'm black? Oh, because I advocate for black people too, as much as I advocate for my people? It shouldn't be transactional. You shouldn't have to have a dog in the fight to care. You should just have basic empathy. You should just care about people. You see a sad story, oh, you cry. You want to help out however you can. You guys see that all the time. You see a puppy in danger, oh, let's rescue all the puppies. Why is it so hard to do with humans? Black people don't owe us anything. But even one of the major interviews going around about the guy whose girlfriend was taken because they were just recording, in that there's a black man who's in the background and he's like, si se puede. He's out there. He has nothing to gain from this. So think about that. Don't go back to the anti-blackness. Learn and stop saying the N-word. Do that. Stop saying the N-word and humble yourself. If black people tell you something's offensive, change it. Change it and don't become defensive.
I got a question to my Latinos for Trump. How y'all feel today? Do y'all see what's going on in California right now? Do y'all see how voting for Donald Trump didn't give y'all a single brownie point with white uneducated voters? How it did y'all no good. Wearing a MAGA hat, thinking that that was gonna put y'all above it all. Now abuela, tío, and tia, and mijo, and mija, everybody getting sent up out of here. Without an ounce of due process, right along with you. How y'all feel today? Honestly. Y'all did all that Latinos for Trump, we love Trump. Now you're up out of here. Y'all were the deciding factor in all of this. White, uneducated voters were going to vote for Trump no matter what. That was a lost cause. But you people, on the other hand, whole different ball game. This was an open book test, and y'all failed.
Guys, lately I've been coming across videos of people from the Latino community speaking about these, and actually even telling their own people that whatever is happening to us is not because of Black Americans. It's not because of any other person or any other race. It's because we simply went on ahead and voted for this. Even after we were warned so many times, we still voted for this. And And to make the matters worse, there is even so many videos of people singing, dancing, carrying their Republican flags, wearing the Trump hats and t-shirts, you know, praising Republicans and all that. Some, they even, like, there is this lady that did a video and saying that she's not voting for Trump because she's racist or she hates immigrants. She just wants a president who is for America and American citizens, a president who is gonna put Americans first. And you know, she's from the Hispanic community, and she went on ahead and voted for this. There is a time that I actually stitched that video on one of my videos, and when I watched and listened to her, and after all this started to unfold, and now I'm like, the reason as to why even like Black Americans wouldn't bother themselves to be out there fighting for these people is because they never cared. They never cared about issues that Black Americans have been facing. Some Mexicans want to come here and say, you know, Black Americans ran to our country during slavery and we helped them and we fought for them. But honestly, it's not about, like, you know, Black Americans that ran to Mexico. Like, the big issue is that most of these Hispanic people, when they go to the United States of America, they feel like they are way special than Black Americans. The hate they have, or the hatred they have towards Black Americans, it's something unimaginable, because I don't imagine, like, what makes you think that you'll ever fit in a community that has been treating other people like very badly? They believe that only their people that should be having a good life in the United States of America. When most people, when this guy was saying that these illegal immigrants are taking away Black jobs, you know, still most of your people, like the Hispanic community, were, you know, joining these campaigns, and they were there and they could listen to everything that we were saying. And he even said the reason as to why I want to deport these immigrants is that they are taking away Black people's jobs. And you still went on ahead and voted for that because, you know, you thought you're there legally and this is not going to happen, and I will vote for this because it's not going to affect my community. And there was also these people I saw on Fox News from the Hispanic community. I'm sure you all came across these clips on social media. They were trending, they were going viral everywhere, where the Hispanic community were actually coming and saying as to why they're supporting Trump. It's because they want those immigrants to go back, the illegal ones, to go back and come to the country legally. Even for those that came there illegally, or their parents came there illegally, they want these people that are coming here illegally to go back and come to the United States of America the right way. You know, use the right process to go through the immigration process and follow the due process that's needed for them to be there legally. You know, I can't imagine, like, from where I come from, and I'm in a foreign country, and someone from my country comes and joins me in that foreign country, even when they're not there legally, which of course it's not good to be in a country illegally, but I wouldn't even go on ahead and vote against their own self-best interest. I wouldn't go on ahead and vote for them to get deported. I won't even go ahead and, you know, just do anything that would hurt them in any way, because that's, you all want to talk about humanity and not race, and you all want to come here and preach that the only race that we have in this world is the human race, while you went on ahead and voted against your own self-best interest. And it's all because of race, because the things that are actually affecting Black Americans, you thought that would not actually do affect you. So I don't understand why I'm seeing people making videos crying and telling people that they don't have mercy. Black Americans, like, they did their best. They went and voted for the president that was actually for everyone, for a president that was to save all of you from what you're going through right now, from you being separated with your family, your kids. But you still went on ahead and voted against this, you know. And the most saddest part is that some of these ICE agents that are actually coming to arrest you, I've seen so many of them that are actually from the Hispanic community, and they're coming to arrest you to get deported. It's crazy, honestly. You see, when you want to come and talk about unity, just be reminded that you have to talk about unity to your community first. First, you have to talk to your community, just like this guy is doing right here now and saying that I cannot go on ahead and start blaming Black Americans because 60% of my community voted for these. 60% of my people voted for our people to get deported. So the only people that are there to be blamed are our own people. I don't know what happened. I don't know is because they didn't understand what these policies or what mass deportation meant, and he lied to you that he was gonna deport criminals, and you knew like there were so many illegal immigrants that were actually there working in these ranches, working at the construction sites. Like these people were there like really working hard and getting or being paid peanuts. They were really working hard, and this is why you're seeing so many people suffering, because these people were putting in their all, but your community went on ahead and voted against it because you thought they are taking advantage of your taxes. Like, I mean, these people are paying into social securities that will never get benefits from, that they will never get these returns at the old age. Paying social security knowing that they will not get any benefits, you know, working so hard and they're getting paid peanuts. They're getting paid what even like the lowest, or someone who is like living a low life, an American citizens that would not work for that. But you still went on ahead because you, from the same community, wanted them to be deported and come to the country illegally. Do you see how inhumane that is? You want to come and talk about humanity and preach to us that the human race is the only race that we have in this world, or is the only race that you see, which we all know it's not true, because even people who are like of my color in these countries are treated very badly. We all know that. They just want lighter skins, and people with this color of my skin like get treated very badly, or people who have more melanin than them, they get harsh treatments, even from their own family members, which is quite crazy. And I think this has to be a lesson for many Hispanic community, for many people of lighter skin who think that their adjustment to whiteness would save them from anything. It has to be a lesson, and this is a lesson. If you're watching this and maybe you're from the Hispanic community, this is something that you have to teach your kids from a younger age. Don't later come and, you know, people try to preach us that the only race they see is human race when your own community is going through issues and facing a lot. Teach them from a younger age. Let this be a lesson, because if you don't learn this at this time, then later you learn it the hard way. There is a saying that's said in Swahili that asiyefunzwa na mamake hufunzwa na ulimwengu, that's one that's not taught by their mother will be taught by the world. Finally, the Hispanic community, most of them haven't learned on how to appreciate other people, especially those who have more melanin than them. And they thought that these issues that they were actually facing will never affect them. The problems that the Black Americans are facing will never affect them, because their parents didn't teach them these. Now finally the world is teaching them, because whatever is happening is just a lesson, and they're learning it the hard way. Thank you so much for watching up to this part. If you're watching this video, or if you have watched up to this part and you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, kindly consider subscribing to this channel. Give this video a like and let me know what your thoughts are on the comment section. And until the next episode, bye.